Hey, what's up, everybody? Here to do my 3 times weekly live Q&A, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 7 p.m. Sometimes I don't do them if I don't have any questions and I want to write something instead that day during that time. But typically, if I have a few ahead of time, I'll go ahead and do this. So, I've got 2 here. I don't have my computer with me right now, so I wrote them down. Hopefully, I don't struggle reading my own handwriting here. All right, so Joel says, have prices stabilized yet for basic home gym equipment? Say a guy wants to buy a couple of kettlebells, 25 to 45 pounds, a set or 2 of dumbbells, 30 to 60 pounds, or maybe even an Olympic bar with a couple of 45-pound plates. What's that going to cost on the used market? Dude, honestly, what it's going to cost on the used market is all over the place. I would say a lot of the new prices have stabilized, but the used prices, because of COVID, what anybody not sure, that's what he's referencing. Whenever COVID hit, suddenly all the gyms were shut down. And so all the people like me who would freak out if we didn't have access to a gym already, those people did freak out and purchased all kinds of gym equipment. All the supply of all of the new stuff, people buying from the normal places like Rogue, or even, if they don't buy the higher end stuff, all the places sold out. All right. They sold out of, barbells, dumbbells, kettlebells, all the stuff you can imagine sold out. And the companies, like all of us, were caught off guard. So they weren't able to restock quickly enough. So now they've mostly solved the new problem. You can now get things new because they've been able to restock. And I have a hunch that most of the people that are going to buy that stuff probably already have. So that's stabilized. But the problem is the used market, people still think, that it's all over the place. On one end, you have people who are going to just skyrocket the prices because they think they can get that. Other people are going to do a little research and actually sell it for what it's worth. And then you'll have the grandpa somewhere that's just trying to get rid of his son's gym equipment that's been in the garage for 20 years or something. That'll sell you an entire weight set for $100 or something. You know what I mean? So man, my advice is set the notifications wherever you shop online, use stuff, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist. They all have notifications where you can search and then save that search so you get notifications telling you, hey, this item has been posted. So I would do that. As far as how much to offer for it, what I would do is whatever it is, research it, what it costs new, and then I would personally look for something anywhere between a third and a half of that sold that new price. That's what I personally would do. Being somebody who sells things online, furniture and stuff like that, that's how I would shop. So if you see one of the Rogue barbells on the used market and you go search it and you could get it $250 new, I personally wouldn't pay more. $125 is the max I would pay for that. That's how I'd go about it. If they're trying to spike it higher than that, I would just wait it out. I'd make an offer, and if they won't go any higher, or if they won't go any lower, then if they want to at least get to 125, that half price, that's the max I'd be willing to pay for it. Because the value goes up if it's a discontinued item. Right? So if it's a very special Rogue barbell that they no longer make and you really want this specific one, maybe then you pay more because it's discontinued. You can't get it new. Now you might pay closer to the new price for it because it's discontinued. I sell some furniture like that because people are willing to pay it. People are willing to pay for special furniture pieces that they can't get anymore because it's discontinued. The company's out of business or they quit making that kind or whatever. But if it's still a product you can buy new, half price, max I would pay. That's how I'd answer that one. Let's see here. Sheila, she says, I'm not mobile due to health problems. How do I build my strength back up now that I'm recovering somewhat? I've had several back surgeries and cervical. Are there any exercises I can do as I'm lying in bed? Okay, so Sheila, I just kind of scribbled, here's the thing, I'm going to take this opportunity to say that I, as a fitness coach, am not qualified to tell you what you should do after spinal surgery, okay? Neither is your coworker, your cousin, your friend, any other fitness coach. The people that you should be listening to on this are your doctor and the people, hopefully you get a good physical therapist. You know, those are the kind of people that you want to take advice from on this. Really, honestly, the physical therapist, if they're a good one, more than the doctor, because doctors aren't necessarily, you know, that's not, a lot of times these kinds of exercise and things like that is not something that's within their field of expertise. I think a lot of people give doctors, a lot of people, they go to the wrong sources of information. You know what I mean? They'll go to a doctor for nutritional advice or for exercise advice, but the doctor typically, unless they specialize in something like that, or they do those things themselves in their personal lives, they aren't typically qualified to give you that kind of advice. I cannot tell you the kind of stuff that I've heard people share that their doctor told them, which is just so far off base. I'd expect to read it on some, you know, Reddit forum or something like that. Like, it's just crazy the stuff people will say, but really what it is they're trying to cover their base so that you don't go do it, get hurt worse, and then come back and sue them. You know what I mean? So I would say, find a good physical therapist, listen to what they say. I, as a fitness coach, am not going to tell you what to do post-op. A doctor may try, but may not be right. The physical therapist who knows what they're talking about and understands corrective exercise, and, you know, that would be the good people to ask about that. I do know a lady who specializes in this. She is a physical therapist and a strength coach, so she would be the perfect person. Her name is, I'll just throw it out there, her name is Rory Alter. Look her up. She's awesome. I think her company is called Progressive Rehab and Strength. She would be the person to talk to about this. All right, gonna wrap this up. Nobody's live, so I know there's no questions coming in.